I'm Dava Newman, and I have a TPP alum from '89 and my PhD here in '92. But I have the great honor to introduce and honor with all of us Professor Richard Djanoufel. It really is a profound privilege to honor Professor Djanoufel. His visionary leadership and pioneering spirit created and continue to this day to shape not just the intellectual, but our entire institutional foundations of MIT's technology and policy program. So Professor Djanoufel has 3 degrees from MIT. We call that a lifer, and he's good to the nomenclature. His bachelor's was in 1960, a master's in 61, and his PhD in 65, all from civil and environmental engineering. So his connection to MIT spans over 57 years on the faculty, during which time he's profoundly influenced students, scholars, leaders for generation after generation after generation. Following his doctoral studies, Richard served as a White House Fellow under President Lyndon Johnson. He also completed his military service in the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers as an airborne ranger officer. He's internationally recognized as a scholar, an educator. He's known for his groundbreaking work at the intersection of engineering systems and public policy. He pioneered a fundamental shift, a transformative fundamental shift in engineering design, from kind of the rigid specifications to this dynamic systems approach, looking at performance under a broad range of future scenarios. I think today we'd probably call that future casting. His work has transformed how engineers think about uncertainty, flexibility, resilience, and design, right? Those might not have been in our nomenclature. We didn't have to do those hard things and look at uncertainty and flexibility. He really pioneered this area. He's an author of 6 major texts on systems, right? Probably puts all of us to shame. We think one is good. No, he's always writing, he's always publishing. He's like the epitome of a teacher and learner. 6 major texts on systems analysis and engineering, which are known worldwide for, and he's really renowned for his research in airport systems planning, design, economics, and management. His contributions have shaped infrastructure development across continents and continue to influence both academic and professional practice. He's actually participated in major engineering projects on every continent except Antarctica. So Richard, I'm going to think about you on my next expedition to Antarctica, because I'm pretty sure we can, I have an in with that one. It's pretty cold, though. Professor Djanoufel's achievements have been recognized with numerous honors. I'll give a short listing, but including the Guggenheim, the Fulbright Fellowships, the NATO Systems Science Prize, the Sizer Award for the most significant contribution to MIT education, the Martori, the MIT Effective Teaching Awards, the U.S. Federal Aviation Award for Excellence in Teaching. The French government has named him a Chevalier des Palmes Académiques, and Delft University of Technology has awarded him an honorary doctorate of philosophy. Richard holds international appointments, get ready for this list, Cambridge University, Oxford University, Imperial College, London Graduate School of Business, University of California, Berkeley, Harvard, University of Calgary, École Centrale and École Nationale des Ponts et Chaussées, Institut Supérieur Technical, and Singapore University of Technology and Design. Everyone wants to have Richard's name as a professor at their university. Beyond his scholarship, Professor Djanoufel is celebrated for his innovations in engineering education. Perhaps the most enduring, I think absolutely the most enduring, is his creation of the MIT Technology Policy Program. That was recognized by the Sizer Award for the most significant contribution to MIT education. In the early 70s, as a visionary, he envisioned this new kind of graduate education, one that would prepare engineers not only to build technologies, but to really understand and shape the broader implications for society through policy for our technological inventions. Under his leadership, TPP has become a world-class model for interdisciplinary education, attracting students around the globe, all of us here today, and all of our many, many folks online and our over 1,500 alumni to become leaders, expected to become leaders in science, engineering, and public service. Maybe his claim to fame and personally he might be most proud of is married to Ginger. Wonderful to see you, Ginger. Whom he met at MIT, I might add. He will be rowing next week, next Friday, in the 3-mile head of the Charles race. I've always been envious of that. So if you want to talk to a distinguished scholar and someone who has life in balance, you know, with a wonderful family life and still gets out and exercises all the time, Richard's my idol. He continues a tradition of annual disappearances up into the mountains and the wilderness, but he always comes back to us. He's not talking about retirement yet, as far as I know. I want to share a few quick personal stories. I came to MIT for grad school in 1986. And I was in aeronautics and astronautics, you know, aerospace engineering. And I met this crazy guy called Mike Massimino. And you might know him. He saved the Hubble Space Telescope repairs. And he was a mechanical engineer, but he said, I'm in something called technology and policy. And the second I heard about it, I said, wow, I could take law and policy. That's what engineers need to do. You know, I don't need to do just aerospace. But I went to the grad administrator in AeroAstro, a faculty member, and I left crying. Because he told me, no, you know, soft skills, who needs those? We don't need those. We were just going to be hardcore, you know, engineers. So I was a little disappointed, but I went to Richard's office. I would probably wipe my tears away and said, I think this is the best program I've ever heard of. You know, is there any way I could maybe get into technology and policy? I know I'm going to do aerospace, but I'm going to learn so much if I could just get into this technology policy program. He supported me. Thank you, Richard, against all odds, you know, a few more crying sessions, but it all worked out okay, I think, for both of us. So I am a proud alum from the 80s with some of you, you know, classmates in the crowd here. But it really was, he knew every single, I think today, the only person probably alive that can almost name all 1,500 TPP alum is Richard Denufel. It's just been, it's been remarkable. We've had the pleasure and the honor to work together, to travel together, to see many nations from Portugal to Singapore, and to also, you know, some of the challenges right here at home as well. Always thinking about, you know, what's the societal impact? What are leaders? I was glad to work with them as well. We said, you know, leaders with a difference. You might have, you know, those T-shirts, leaders with a difference, and we went to do outward bound classes. And then we said, no, you know, we need leaders and scientists. We have to take our STEM education, the best of the best, from the world, always completely international. I used to call TPP, you know, our little UN for the world, right? 25 nations were represented almost in, you know, in each class. Get everyone together, because we know these were the future leaders of the world. And that's what Richard instilled in us, that, you know, you're not just going to be excellent at your STEM skills and education, you're going to lead. You're going to lead in government, maybe you're going to lead in industry, and in academia. How many professors has he mentored and advised and helped push through those doors that said, you don't have to do one thing, right? You can do two things very excellently, and finding homes and places, because it is a challenge. It is a challenge. You know, you don't just fit in this department. You really want to cross. So it really is the model at MIT for transdisciplinary education. That's MIT, right? Transdisciplinary education. And so I'm so proud to be an alum. I'm so proud to be able to be with you today to honor Richard. And so throughout his career, Richard has been a tireless advocate to bridge this gap between technical innovation and policy decision-making. His research and education efforts have shaped generations of students, and his mentorship has inspired countless careers in academia, government, and industry. So today, we celebrate not only his academic achievements, but his enduring commitment to the public good, his personal connection of advising and mentoring. I think everyone in this entire audience has taken a class, been mentored, gotten great advice. We wouldn't be here without you, Richard. So I would love to give you this wonderful kind of token of our appreciation from the Technology Policy Program. I'm going to show everyone what it is, and then I'll come over and give it to you. We have this beautiful hand-blown glass pumpkin. It's pumpkin season, MIT made. It's really gorgeous if you can't see it from where you're sitting. In the TPP colors, we have this beautiful blue and gold ribbon attached. And so the awardees are going to get this beautiful fragile. I'm going to put it back here for a second. Pumpkin. And now, Richard, if you'd stand up, I'd like to read your citation to you here. I'll read it and then come join you. So, in recognition of his visionary leadership, pioneering scholarship, and enduring commitment to the advancement of technology and policy for the benefit of society, the Technology and Policy Program of the Massachusetts Institute of Technology proudly presents Richard Dneufel with the Certificate of Distinguished Honor. It reads in quotes, "With foresight and integrity, he built a bridge between engineering and governance. And in doing so, he transformed the future," end quote. Please, everyone stand up. Everyone stand up who's been taught, mentored, advised by Richard. I'm going to give you that too with all of its packaging. Is that okay? Yeah.
I'd just like to say thank you. Thank you to everybody. I admit to being a catalyst for a lot of things, but really I should emphasize that this is a really collective effort of all the people that work with it. Nicholas Ashford being one of them here, Richard Tabor, so the other ones will be noticed, remarked upon, and the students themselves, because we all co-created this. It is the alumni and current students, it is your achievements that make it happen, that you continue to move the rocks in the way of being accepted as an activity which is not easy in the academic, as some people have mentioned. I mean, one of my meetings with the faculty review committee was one of my colleagues in engineering said, "When did you stop being an engineer?" I always thought I was an engineer. I was building things and doing things, but I didn't meet the criterion because I'd fallen off the wagon and talked to people who do economics and management and political science. But I'm very happy with that choice. I'm thrilled to be part of the community, and I'm very much moved by your presence and your continuations. Never did I imagine that I'd live to see the day where either I'd be celebrating the 50th of anything, let alone of this program, which were both vulnerable when they were started. Thank you so very much. I got it.
Hi, everyone. My name is Megan Finnegan, class of 26, and we are here representing the Technology and Policy Student Society.
Hi, everyone. My name is Daniel Shi, and I'm the Vice President of the Technology and Policy Student Society.
And we're super excited to recognize some of the people who have made really big contributions to make TPP what it is today. So we'll start out with Nicholas Ashford. He is a professor of technology and policy, and this award is in recognition of his foundational and continuing contributions to the MIT Technology and Policy Program, his leadership in technology, law, and policy, and his lasting impact on generations of students and scholars. Nicholas A. Ashford is provided with this Certificate of Distinguished Honor. Through rigorous inquiry and bold vision, he redefined the interface of technology, law, and governance for a more sustainable world.
I'm going to bear your indulgence because I won't be here for the 100th anniversary of TPP. I want you to know that reflecting my own multidisciplinary background in the late 70s, I wrote the proposal to the Sloan Foundation that brought the TPP program to MIT, as well as the Center for Policy Alternatives. I am both saddened and happy today, happy for reasons that I share with you. Saddened because I need to observe that the TPP programs, which have spawned since the first founding in the late 70s, have reflected a capture and obsession of the TPP discipline with economics. When I wrote the proposal, I said there were 3 pillars upon which the TPP program should be based. One was political science, one was economics, and one was law. I have to tell you that 2 years ago, they removed law from a requirement in the program at MIT. I think that is a big mistake. And when Erica Fuchs asked the question, where did I go wrong? It isn't that she went wrong, it's that the program has become dominated by neoclassical economics, where a distinction was made on the books between a potential Pareto move and an actual Pareto move, whereby those that gained could compensate those that loser. The political philosopher John Rawls influenced my own thinking and my founding of the TPP program at MIT, and that was that those that are the least well off ought to be made better off by any move that the society makes. So it's not a question of deciding what the economic value of a program is. It's how it's distributed among those that need it. I'll remind you, for example, that the support for public radio is not enjoyed by the rural populations in this country, and that all the things that this administration is doing and that we ought to continue to fight has been to benefit those that are on top and remain on top. I believe that the dominance of economics over justice, as fairness, as John Rawls put it, ought to dominate the technology and policy program. It ought not to be turned into a miniature modeling exercise. Thank you for your indulgence.
All right, so I have the great pleasure of introducing our next in-person awardee, Munzer Dalla. Is he wanting to come on stage? Okay. In recognition of his visionary leadership as founding director of the Institute for Data Systems and Society, his steadfast support of the MIT Technology and Policy Program, his scholarship at the intersection of control, networks, and societal systems, and his role in shaping interdisciplinary research and education that advance the field of technology and policy, Munzer A. Dalla is provided with this certificate of distinguished honor.
All right, next up we have Fotini Cristia. Awesome. She is a Ford International Professor of the Social Sciences in the Department of Political Science and the Director of IDSS. In recognition of her exceptional leadership of the Institute for Data Systems and Society and her steadfast support of the MIT Technology and Policy Program, her pioneering scholarship in political science examining conflict and cooperation, and her influential work at the intersection of data, computation, and the social sciences, Fotini Cristia is provided with this certificate of distinguished honor.
Yes. Next, we have Dr. David Newman, the Apollo Program Professor of Astronautics, Department of Aeronautics and Astronautics, and the Institute of Data Systems and Society, Harvard MIT Health Sciences and Technology, the Institute for Medical Engineering and Science, and the former director for the MIT Media Laboratory and MIT Technology Policy Program. In recognition of her visionary leadership in advancing the mission of the MIT Technology and Policy Program, her pioneering work at the interface of technology, aerospace, bioengineering, and policy, her dedicated mentorship and educational innovation, and her influential service in government, David J. Newman is honored with this certificate of distinguished honor. Yes, of course.
All right. Next up, we have Frank Field. Right there's good. Frank is the Director of Education for TPP and Senior Research Engineer in IDSS. This award is in recognition of his decades of dedicated service and leadership in the MIT Technology and Policy Program, his pivotal role in shaping its educational mission and culture, his pioneering contributions in material systems, technology assessment, and policy analysis, and his mentorship of generations of students who have gone on to lead in technology and policy. Frank R. Field is provided with this certificate of distinguished honor.
Thank you. All right. So last but not least, we have Richard Tabbers, the Executive Vice President for NewGrid, Chairman for Power Intel, former Senior Lecturer at the MIT Technology and Policy Program, and former Associate Director for the MIT Laboratory for Electromagnetic and Electronic Systems. Through leadership, scholarship, and mentorship, he has advanced the integration of energy systems, economics, and policy, leaving a lasting legacy within the Technology and Policy Program. Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right.
Okay. And this concludes our awards.
Wait.
Oh, wait.
No. We also have some awardees who are in absentia who can't join us today, but we're still excited to honor here today. Wait, what?
Oh, no, you're good.
Okay. First up is David H. Marks, Professor of Civil and Environmental Engineering and Engineering Systems Emeritus. His award is with insight and foresight. He helped shape the intellectual foundations of technology and policy, inspiring new ways of integrating engineering systems and governance for the public good.
Next, we'd like to recognize Daniel Hastings, former TPP Director, Cecil and Ida Green Education Professor for the Department of Aeronautics and Astronautics at MIT. With vision and dedication, he bridged the worlds of science, engineering, and governments, inspiring new generations to lead at the frontier of technology and policy.
Next up, we have Marvin Sirbu, Professor Emeritus, Engineering and Public Policy, Industrial Administration, Electrical and Computer Engineering at Carnegie Mellon University. Through visionary scholarship and leadership, he helped shape the field of technology and policy and inspired generations to bridge engineering, governance, and societal impact.
Next, we would like to recognize Noel Celine, the former director for TPP, as well as a professor in the Institute for Data Systems and Society, as well as the Department of Earth, Atmospheric, and Planetary Sciences. Through visionary scholarship and leadership, she has bridged science, technology, and policy to educate the next generation of technology policy leaders and to address some of the world's most pressing environmental challenges.
Next up, we have Tom Sheridan, Professor Emeritus, Department of Mechanical Engineering and Applied Psychology here at MIT. With insight and rigor, he has bridged human understanding and machine intelligence to advance the thoughtful governance of technology. And he's also our last but not least, so let's give it up for all of our incredible awardees.